Welcome to another episode of Film Fanatics, and today, Adam, we're going to be talking about a couple of films, one with a big budget and one with maybe not as big a budget.
Yeah.
But big budgets don't necessarily mean big successes. So let's talk about a film called Ben-Hur. Now that name will resonate with diehard film fans.
A little Chuck Heston movie?
From 1959. And a group of people got together, Roma Downey and Mark Burnett, that team, who have been making some Christian film movies, and decided to redo it. Now, while this current version doesn't feel epic, is it epically bad?
Been there, done that. I've been wanting to say that all day. Is it bad? No. Is it mediocre and lifeless? I would say yes. You know what's really interesting about this movie is the filmmaker behind it is known for very hyper-stylized movies like Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, Wanted. And this movie actually is not hyper-stylized, which kind of surprised me.
Fans of the original, which was 3.5 hours and deserved to be 3.5 hours,
Right.
This feels like, coming in at a little over 2 hours, a very abbreviated and accelerated version of the epic story.
Yeah, a lot of truncated information.
Yes,
basically.
and while there are a few details that are definitely different in this film, I don't know that it does anything better except for maybe the chariot ride.
See, I wouldn't even say that. I mean, I wanted that sequence to be cooler than it is. It's definitely borrowing from a lot from the George Miller Mad Max and kind of the Raiders of the Lost Ark vibe. But I don't know, it just never got there.
Yeah, the actors are good, but this is a good example where...
Are they?
We understand why this film was made, right? The Christian filmmakers who made this film wanted to bring a classic maybe to a younger generation.
Right.
And what have we learned from previous biblical adaptations like most recently Noah and Exodus? Just because you have big stars, you still have to tell the right story. This is a faithful retelling of it. But I do have one big question. What in the heck is Morgan Freeman doing in this film?
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre. And they
weird.
even open up the movie with the obligatory Morgan Freeman voiceover. Like, it's trying to be an epic, but it's decidedly non-epic.
Yes, I would agree with that. I still think young people should go see this film. Those people who would, kids who might never had a chance to see the 1959 version are not interested. At least a portion of filet mignon is better.
No, make those kids watch the 1959 version on DVD, which is far more emotional, much more moving, a much bigger movie. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to say skip it. Is it a bad movie? No, but it's with the 1959 version out there, I just don't think there's any reason to see it.
I think the themes of the film still come through, and I still think it's uplifting and has some great action sequences. I say stream it.
Okay. What else we have on the plate?
Okay, so we have another little film with a much lower budget called Florence Foster Jenkins. And Meryl Streep stars in this biography of a New York heiress and socialite who in 1944, it's a true story by the way, Adam, fulfills her dream of becoming an opera singer and singing in the famous Carnegie Hall.
Music is my life.
There's only one problem. She can't sing. There's a sequence, the first time we see her with her very famous classical voice teacher. The first scene when we hear her sing, it's the funniest 5 minutes I've seen in years.
Wow.
It's hilarious. You can't stop laughing. She pulls it off completely and still seems in the moment sincere about her ability.
So it sounds like you liked it.
It's both a comedy, Adam, and a drama, and it has some real touching moments in it. I absolutely think this is a little gem that everybody should see.
Nice.
I think it has Oscar potential too.
Wow. Okay. Well, switching gears. So you know that I love horror movies. There's a new film
we all
out.
Know that.
Yes, there's a new, and you like some on occasion.
Sure.
Okay. There's
Based
a new
on your
film
recommendation,
out.
of course.
Well, I am recommending this. It's a new film called Don't Breathe. It's from the director behind the Evil Dead remake from a few years ago.
Okay.
Only this time he's trading in the in-your-face gore for tension. It is kind of like Alfred Hitchcock on crack. That is the best way to put it.
That's a nice
This is a
image.
mean and nasty movie. It's very dark. It's a home invasion thriller with a twist. It's about these 3 criminals in Detroit, because bad stuff always happens in Detroit, right? And they decide to rob this house that's owned by a blind guy, and they quickly realize you should never judge a book by its cover, especially when that cover is built like Stephen Lang, who plays the blind guy. Fantastic actor, and I think after people see him in this, we're going to have a Stephen Lang renaissance. This movie is crazy, it's wicked, it's dark, it's not for the squeamish.
Said it's not really gory, though.
It is not gory, but it's definitely perverse. It's a lot of not very nice people.
Right.
Let's put it that way. But I will say this, when you watch this movie, you will never in your life look at a turkey baster in quite the same way again. I'm
Right.
going to leave it at that. If you're a horror fan, and you love a home invasion thriller, I'm definitely saying see this movie. I thought it was a great way to in the
So
summer.
we both have these smaller films that maybe didn't get a lot of marketing, but we
Right.
see, we say definitely see them. Florence
Both
Foster
of them.
Jenkins and Don't Breathe.
Right, and in local news, what do we
Yes.
have? We've got a Sunset on the Square. They're showing Inside Out at the park downtown. It's free. Bring your family, bring your blankets, your lawn chairs. Go out there in the summer with a great movie in the park. And then what else do we have?
We have a Doc Utah showing. They've been doing every month a Doc Utah special screening at the Electric
Right.
Theater. Tell us about the film.
They're doing a film called The Champions, and it's a film about rescue dogs. It looks really terrific. I've
Yeah.
heard really good things. This is all in preparation of the upcoming festival,
Yes.
which we're looking forward
September 6th, and we'll do a special show,
We sure
Adam,
will.
just on the Doc Utah International Film Festival.
And beyond that, we've got a 60th anniversary showing of The King and I this weekend, and next week, The Never-Ending Story is back in theaters for a very
Fantastic.
limited time. So there you have it.
There we go. Another episode of Film Fanatics. I'm Bruce Bennett, film critic with madaboutmovies.org.
And I'm Adam Mast with Cinemast.net.
And we're Film Fanatics.
Are you? Turkey baster, man. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
okay.
This movie is gripping. Stephen Lang is so good.
I think Meryl's going to get an Oscar nomination, and I think Hugh Grant should too.
Meryl Streep gets an Oscar nomination every time she's in a movie, but there's a reason for
That
it.
is.
She's a national treasure.
Classic.
Yeah.